Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham reaction for match day 26. Wrexham AFC 2, AFC Wimbledon 0. Yes, another clean sheet. Another clean sheet for that club. Another clean sheet for AO. And we'll talk about him later on. But yes, that back line is doing great. Another clean sheet, another great win. Wow, great watch along. The first half was tough, but we got through it. And we'll talk about some of the Parkinson quotes and how it went down today, and get our reaction in for that. So like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Please get involved. Get on the Discord. We are over 300 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you all very much. We're on our way to 1,000. That's what we want to do. And like I said, a really fun watch along today. A lot of great fun. So thank you everyone for joining. Also, Discord's up, Instagram and X and Twitter and stuff. So get involved. The community's growing. It's a lot of fun, but it's not about us today on the Local Pundit. It's about what Wrexham did on the pitch today, and I thought they showed some serious professional grit today to get through that match, because Wimbledon were a tough side. They were set up brilliantly. So awesome game, really fun watch, and we had a couple favorable results that happened and went our way that we will talk about. But two things I want to get into. As you can see, scrolling across the bottom, there was a record match attendance today, 12,478. That is the record match attendance at the Stoke since March 1980 against Shrewsbury Town. Wonderful, fantastic. Four walls, they're closing in on it. That's a really great to see. What a fantastic support on a cold day. I think it was 7 degrees Celsius at kickoff. So unreal support, and 1,119 away fans that came up from Wimbledon. So congratulations to the team. Congratulations to Wrexham, and also, everyone that showed up and bearing the cold to watch a great match. So that was pretty cool to see. Also on the website, I want to give a special shout out as well on the Wrexham website. This came up right before we went on, right before I was about to do the reaction show. EFL Community Weekend. Wrexham AFC welcomes the Miners Project. This I thought was cool. You can see Humphrey Kerr on there presenting a plaque to the Miners Project at halftime. EFL Community Project. So this is from some Colin Henry's on the Wrexham website. And I said most of this stuff that happens with Wrexham, it's building up the community, and this is what's great about the club and what they're doing. So I wanted to give a special shout out to this, and I'm going to read this real quick before we get into the FLETCH and MULLS part of this and the rest of the Parkinson quotes and the McLean quotes. So as a part of EFL's Community Weekend, we're delighted to welcome Alan, Margaret, George, Sharon on behalf of Wrexham Miners Project for a halftime pitchside presentation at the game against AFC Wimbledon. Very nice. The EFL Community Weekend asks clubs to shine a spotlight on people making a difference in our community. Executive Director Humphrey Kerr, who I met down in San Diego, great guy, really great guy. Humphrey Kerr presented them with a certificate in celebration of the positive impact the Miners Project has had on our local community, as well as preserving our borough's heritage and commemorating the 1934 Gresford colliery disaster. Sorry, get that right. I apologize. The Miners Project offers an acceptable hub of social activities for the benefit of the community. Located on Mascowin Road, just a stone's throw from the Stoke, off Mold Road, you can find more about Wrexham's Miners Project. Fantastic. Wrexham's Miners Project here. So shout out to Wrexham's Miners Project. They got a community award at halftime. So I wanted to put that out there before we get into the match reaction. I thought that was really cool, really important. That is on the website too. So go check that out. For on the website, and go look into a little bit more on what the Miners Project does. So, all right, as you can see on the thumbnail, FLETCH and MULLS and FLETCH. Yes, they got 2 strikers up top, 2 goals, and they were great goals. The first half, just in my highlights, they set up great. I thought Wimbledon were on top. They took some chances. We weren't as sharp, and Parkinson, we'll talk about Parkinson's quotes here. He's got a long interview that I took down, but 2 second half goals put us over the top. And I think after that first goal went in, I think it settled the nerves, and I think we were able to go on and win the match, and we looked a little bit more comfortable. But you gotta give fair credit to AFC Wimbledon. They came up there and they put up a good fight, and I thought that some of their players had played really well. I think one player I want to give special notice on there I thought Tilly played really well. I thought Tilly was great. And Sasu, young Sasu is, I think he's Norwegian international. He's 18 years old. I thought he did a fantastic job. For an 18-year-old young man coming in and playing. He was up against Ford. I thought he gave Ford a hell of a time in the first half. Ford and who else was helping? Cleworth. I think Ford and Cleworth were really challenged, and they had a good battle. McLean went over there for a moment, but then he switched back over. I think it was just because they went to on a corner or something like that. But I want to give a shout out to them, and a special credit to them, and even the gaffer. Our gaffer gives a mention to them as well, to how they were set up. So fair play. Our first half, like I said, we were not sharp. We couldn't get the ball on the ground. Gio had a tough time, although in the second half he went and did really well to get his feet under him and to be able to basically control the game, which is what I think we did. Sorry, I have a stat up here that I really want to get up real quick, talking about our back line. So let me close the notes here. But we didn't get a hold of the match, and our quality on the ball did not show initially. So that was not great. But hey, listen. It happens, and for the quality that we show, I think our second half we really set up and really came in and battled through. Before we get into the quotes, I want to give. So my man of the match was Fletcher. Close to Gio, and as I just mentioned him, which I think changed the game. At halftime, there was apparently a good talking to, and Parkinson mentions it, and so does McLean at the halftime talk. So it's a lot of Parkies, a lot of F-bombs, I'm sure, were dropped in there, talking about their quality. But I want to get a special shout out to Gio. I think Gio coming in, 1 touch, 2 pass, a lot of triangles in the middle of the park, it was one and at least 3 guys on him at all times. So at least 3 guys on him at all times, where he had no time on the ball in that first half, and they were pressing really high. They pressed Cleworth a lot. Elliott Lee didn't get into the match. MULLS and Fletcher in the first half did not play very well in regards to being in the game. So it's not like it's just we couldn't get the ball to them. We could, and I think like I said, I think they were set up really well on the Wimbledon side of things. I think Gio played well. I think McLean played well, and then Max Cleworth, youngster coming in. I think he's played 5 games on the bounce, and I thought he's done a really, really good job at that back line. They're pressuring him. His ball control isn't the best, but he does well getting the ball off of him and finding Ford, and Ford comes back and helps him out and gives him a pass, and so does Gio. So he's a center half, but for him to come in, he's played so well defensively. He wins his headers. He saved a goal. I think it was off. Who was their striker? Who gave him a big up to? His striker was not Tilly. Where is he there? God damn it! Their striker Lewis, Curry, Davidson. I don't know. Their striker Byler. I think it was Byler. Anyways, their striker had a really good shot on goal, and Cleworth had a nice deflection that put it out, and the number 9, whoever that was, number 9, gave him a nice big up. So that was cool to see. So special shout out to Cleworth. But my man of the match is Fletcher, and I also want to give a special shout out to AO. Arthur Okonkwo had a fantastic game. He wasn't fully challenged, but his control, working with Tozer and O'Connor and Cleworth and Ford and McLean at the back is really good. I think they're really putting a great, solid defense together. But AO, let's go AO by the numbers. And I got this from Arsenal Loan Watch. I think it's an Arsenal Loan Watch. So these are great numbers he pulled out today. So played 90 minutes, clean sheet, 1 save, which I said, didn't seem like he had to do fantastic save, but 1 save. He had 68% pass accuracy, 12 out of 25. 1 save inside the box, 6 throws, 1 high claim, 8 recoveries, and 34 touches. AO is great. I think he's out of contract at the end of the season. I think we got to go get him. I don't know if he'll be that expensive, but I really want to see him play. So for us next season and for the next several seasons, provided we go up and we stay, who cares? But we need to keep him. I think he's a great, great talent. So congrats to AO. Good job. Good job. And like I said, just says 1 save, but he's so calm at the back. And I don't know how many clean sheets he has this season, and I can get that later on. But he's doing really well. So special shout out to AO. Arthur Okonkwo is doing well, number 33. All right, let's get into Parkinson's quotes. So he was interviewed after the match. And Parkinson said, I thought we lacked urgency in the first half. It was almost a feeling that this would take care of itself. When everyone knows in football, you need to make things happen as a team. And he's right, because we were sitting back. We were a little flat. Not that we weren't putting effort in, but we were a little flat. They were getting the first and second balls. They got the first corners coming in, but they were getting the first and second balls. And, we just didn't look like we were on our game. And it happens. It's not like we take things for granted, but, sometimes, a team comes out and they have us on our heels, and it is what it is. But going on, Parkinson said, I think we stepped up to press. I think we stepped up our press. We didn't quite get that right, and we had to look at it as well. But we were still in the game. Defended set plays well, worked hard enough to make sure that they were 0-0 at halftime. Yeah, 0-0 at halftime was good. He goes on to say, in the second half, I thought we responded really well. Sometimes you're not at your fluid best. Set play kind of changes things, and then it kind of changes things, the dynamics. And it's an outstanding delivery from James and FLETCH, and they finished it brilliantly. Yes, both goals. So in the first and second half, McLean was taking the corners. McLean's corners were a little flat. They weren't getting the height that he wanted on them. But when the corner came in on the left side, well, the north side of the screen, it was an in-swinger, and for that first goal in the 64th minute, Fletcher was at that back stick and just pelted it through, put his lace through it, left-footed. No one really was on him. It was a great goal, but it was a great cross by McLean. So his deliveries are fantastic. The second goal, and we'll talk about that a little bit later too. Second goal was great, but Fletcher made it happen. Fletcher did a nice 1-2 on the half-turn spin, got it out to McLean. McLean crossed it, goes over MULLS' head, drops to the ground, off the defender, and MULLS is right there, Johnny on the spot, back of the net, 2-0, game over, and 3 points, and we're keeping pace with Stockport. So moving on to some of Parkinson's more quotes after that. So he says, and then from then on, you felt we were going to go on to win the game. And 2 or 3-0. So, like I said, after they got that first goal, they felt that they were going to go on. It kind of took the stuffing out of Wimbledon. To be fair, they did have some chances in the second half, but we did take the stuffing out of them after we had that first goal go in, and it was not an easy game. And Parkinson did mention that too, and he says, I quote, "Hard game. We knew it would be. Wimbledon have a good away record, strong, resilient side. They don't concede many goals, and they don't. I think they have the best defense away goals and best defense in the league away from home." He goes on to say, they have one of the fewest shots against them. There we go, in the league. And you can say that Jacko, their manager, has them really well organized. We had to work hard today. Second half, we had a chat at halftime, and we needed to up our game in certain areas. And when we did that, we looked like the team that was going to go on and win the game. Wonder what we said at halftime. Can't wait for Welcome to Wrexham Season 3 to hear what he has to say. A lot of F-bombs, a lot of Parky bombs. But you can't always be at your best, Parkinson went on to say. A couple of misplaced passes here and there, particularly in the first half. But you got to stay cool, calm, and collected as a team. We knew how to hurt Wimbledon, but we had to implement that better with and without the ball in that second period. I felt we did that well. We had a couple of chances and didn't take them, but the main thing is that the lads worked really hard for the result today. And they did. They worked really hard. And Cannon, who went off, not injured, but he got popped in the head, worked his ass off. Elliot Lee worked his ass off. MULLS was charging through, even at the end, I think 85th minute before he came off for Palmer. Good note there. Good to see Palmer back on the pitch, getting a couple minutes in there. I think he probably had about 5 minutes in him, maybe 10 minutes in him. When that board flashed up for that extra 7, he's probably like, oh shoot. But it's good to see Palmer back on the bench, and getting a couple minutes under him. So moving on, this is still with Parkinson and some of his quotes about the set piece goal for Fletcher. Fletch was brilliant. It was a brilliant finish. He said it was a great delivery, and the goal over the past few years. We had to have games like that for score goals in all areas, and set piece goals are absolutely vital to the success all over the course of any season. And sometimes that goal just lifts everybody and settles everyone down, calms everyone down. And then MULLS does what MULLS does. Goal scorer's finished. Yeah. So the gaffer was happy. He goes on to say about James McLean's delivery. Not much to talk about. He's a brilliant player. His career tells you everything you need to know about him. Is the biggest thing with James is his mentality and desire to win and be the best every week. And that can be infectious around the group. And it is. It's so infectious. You can see it on the pitch. You can see it during the week. You can see it. I know it sounds like they're all kind of saying the same thing, because I think everyone has the same collective goal, and that same collective goal is rowing in the right direction, knowing what the manager and the coaching staff want to implement, and then putting on the pitch. Yes, it's not always clicking, as he talked about being fluid in the first half, but having the same mentality in any business or life or everything. If you're married, friendship, everything, everybody needs to be flowing in that same direction, and that's what seems to be happening on the pitch and off the pitch for Wrexham. Another clean sheet. The guy asked him, the journalist asked him about. Said yes, that's right. I think a couple of good moments for Max Cleworth. He mentioned. I thought I thought he recovered really well and get his body in the way. He knew it would be a test today. He said to the lads during the week, but it would be a stern test, and we come through it with another 3 points, and it's great. Another 3 points, and that before we get into well, no, let me keep going. Another cup win. They asked him about the cup win. This is Parkinson still. The cup was great. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh, man, as I'm watching this, Man City have come back from 2-1 down. It's 3-2 in the 91st minute. Wow. Wow. Anyways, back to this cup win. He said the cup win was great. Parkinson said thoroughly enjoyed that, and we're going to look forward to the next round. But everyone knows the importance of the league. Yes, the lads have responded really well in the second period today, and I'm very pleased with them. Got to get through this league. Cup run's great. We got to have a fixture pile up a little bit, and I know people are a little bit nervous about that, but I think it's good for us. Keep that winning mentality, especially if we get some players back. Obviously, Mendy's out on a national duty, which is great. But yeah, we if we can get everyone back, Barnett, Ford. I saw Hayden, and O'Connell. Maybe we do some work in the January transfer window to bring somebody in for the midfield and up top. But hey. The cup run's great. So James McLean had some good quotes afterwards. I thought James is so solid. What a goal. James is so solid. He said the first half, I don't think we were anywhere near our best, and credit to Wimbledon for that, because they came out and made it tough. But McLean's tougher than all of them. But at halftime, we just spoke, and we knew we had more gears. Second half, it came out, albeit they had some chances. We came out with intent, and we needed to up our levels, and they did. You could definitely see our upper levels. You could see it in Gio. Particularly Gio. They had 3 guys on him. You take the ball off to command. In goes the ball will come in to Gio. 1 touch, 2 touch, gone. It's great. 1 touch, 2 touch, gone. Elliot Lee half turn, letting the ball roll through. That's how they control the middle of the park. And down that right side, I didn't think we were fantastic, but we like the set piece goals that you talk about were really key moments of the game. But in the middle of the park, where we didn't have any room in the first half, we were able to create some space. And I think Gio's movement, and McLean particularly on that left side, helped things move through. James McLean went on to say the manager let us know we were quite off it as well. I'm sure he did. A lot of F-bombs. The thing about having quality is it is in the dressing room. Moments can change the games, and we back ourselves to do that. Yes. It is the third. He asked him about Stephen Fletcher. He joked. He said, it's the third club I played with Stephen Fletcher. He said, I can't get rid of the guy. He said he's a brilliant player. That was a joke. It helps to play with someone over the years, get to know their game. Unbelievable fella as well. Good dressing room, good character. We have an abundance of that here. Character-wise, to achieve anything in this game, you need to have that. Absolutely. And it seems like this club is just coming together like really solidly. And at the helm of that is Parkinson. And I think it's a lot to do with that and how the club is run, and from the top even too, with the owners and Humphrey and everyone involved, with Ryan and Rob, and just like everyone involved seems to be clicking everything. So he asked him about MULLS. He said Mullen apologized for the first one because he didn't get him the assist. He said as a wide player, you got to get the ball in the box, have goal scorers in there, and 2 quality moments that won us the game. 2 strikers on the scoring sheet. That's tremendous. Yes, and that's why Fletch and MULLS are on there. If you're writing a buddy cop comedy, I'd put those 2 guys on there. So those 2 are great. Fletch and MULLS. So I love it. It's a tremendous. They asked him about the start of the year. He said it's a great start of the year. This is McLean. Great start to the year. It's January, boring and cliche, but nothing is won in January. We have to keep the momentum going. Momentum in football is a great thing. You want to keep going, having that going at all costs. And he's absolutely right. So big win today, big 3 points. Let's talk about what happened with the standings. Actually, let's talk about the matches today. talk about what happened today. So the important ones is that Stockport did win against Walsall 3-1. Okay, so Stockport stayed top of the tree. Mansfield dropped points 1-1. Mansfield dropped points 1-1. So that's important. We beat Wimbledon. Gillingham beat Accrington Stanley. Crewe won 2-1 against Swindon Town. But MK Dons won against Tranmere. And then where's that 5-5 score? There was a 5-5 score line today too. Who did that? Was that Notts County? Notts County were 5-5 today. Where the heck is it? Anyways, Notts County had a 5-5 game today. Unbelievable. So they scored 10 goals in that game. Why is it not on my thing here? What the hell? Notts County. I'm just going to Google it here. Notts County. Notts County. There we go. Grimsby Town. So 5-5 Grimsby Town. What a scoreline that is. The scoring went 7th minute, 15th minute, 39th minute, 50. Wow, 10 goals in that match. Unbelievable. But let's look at the standings. Very important. Very, very important. Games are coming. I think we have Newport County on Saturday. But City won. Jesus, good job. Well, they beat Newcastle 3-2. Okay, so top of the tree, Stockport, 54 points. The goal diff is 29. Second, Wrexham in second. Full clear of second with 52 points. Remember, we have a lower goal diff than Mansfield, and Mansfield did draw. So 52 for us. Mansfield are in third with 50. We also have actually, it's really interesting. We have a game in hand. Stockport have played 27 games. We played 26 games. If we won our game in hand, we'd be top of the tree right now. But like McLean said, nothing's won in January. So 54 points Stockport, 52 points Wrexham. Mansfield is in third with 50 points. And Barrow right behind us with 49 points, 47 for Crewe Alexander, Notts County with 43 after that draw. MK Dons are in 42nd. And we play Newport County is our next game on Saturday. That is Newport on the 20th. We will be here for that, live watch along for that. So everyone get involved on the local pundit again. So that is your Wrexham reaction for match day 26. If Wrexham AFC 2, Wimbledon 0. Another clean sheet. Another fantastic display of recovering for that second half, because I think they took their chances, could have went another way. They had some good players on the pitch today. They really did. Tilly was good and Sassy was good, but we had better players. So, all right, that is it. That's going to be it for today on Saturday, January 13th. Enjoy your long weekend. Again, like, share, subscribe. Really, really enjoying growing the community. You get the Discord. We did get over 300. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Lots more to happen. Tomorrow we'll get another show up for everybody. Got a couple interviews planned, as we mentioned on the watch along. Trying to get Ian Herbert back on. We talked to him. We just missed each other. Ian Herbert is the writer of, put this out there to everybody so you all know who he is. He's a Wrexham local. He's at the match today. Author of Tinseltown, Hollywood, and the Beautiful Game, a match made in Wrexham. He's also a journalist for the Daily Mail. He's coming on, and I have somebody from Leader Live maybe coming on too. He's a journalist we have on regularly. Thanks to everyone getting involved. Really appreciate the support. That is a big win. And on that bombshell, Wrexham are in second place. Have a great Saturday.